respond if you are interested. It's probably going to be in the nature of $60 for the transportation in the van. There is also the question of whether we are going to include lunch in this because the performance starts at 3. Anyway, it is still in flux. We need to know who's interested and we can go forward from there. Okay, any other questions about that? It's Mendelssohn's Italian Symphony, which I'm sure most of you know, and it is a thrilling piece of music. We loved it for a long time. Yeah, right, okay. Noreen Scott, one more time. That's in April.
Don't make me laugh.
Shortly after that, this year, Este is the sponsor for the Sister City Potluck Dinner, which is at Dorothy Hart on April 10th. All of this is done by date, so you can go ahead and put it in your calendar. Okay, and then in October, we have our excellent Julia Delancey, who is art history professor at Mary Washington, who has come forth to give a lecture at St. George's in October. She's fascinating, fascinating. I could tell you more, ask me. And then, I don't know if you have taken note of this, but every month, Jackie Boyce, who lived in Italy for many years, offers 2 opportunities for casual Italian conversation, one for lunch at Renato's and one for dinner at Orofino, and this happens every month. So if you are interested in being included in that email, you can email Jackie at the address, at the email address that is in this document. In addition, as if we needed anything else, there are a few things coming out. This is our 10th anniversary. Este is scheduled to come to us. Tentative plans, and this is just in the discussion plan. They have expressed an interest in our Thanksgiving. So,
oh, good.
Possibly early November, culminating in a Thanksgiving-themed dinner, which would include the Italians. And also, this is our 10th anniversary. We were incorporated and had our first meeting in March of 2015. Dear God. Anyway, 10th anniversary. So there's a lot going on this year to plan for. And also in 2026, which we of course need to make plans for now, is the 26th centennial of the founding of our country. And of course, there are multiple opportunities to honor and celebrate the Italian contributions to America as part of that celebration. So, there it is. While I still have you, sort of. Take this home. I tried to condense it into one page. Email me or the appropriate person. We have lots of plans and lots of opportunities. As you see, this is a fun group centered on Italian wine and food. How good it is. So, thank you for coming, and please look at this, attend, contribute, offer your volunteer services, and thank you.
Yes.
Girl this year?
No!
Hardly
Oh my God.
Wait a minute, I'm so distracted. Oh, perfect.
You get the cold one.
Coal and something else. This is wrong.
It's a toilet.
That's on you.
A toilet.
Oh, a toilet.
A toilet with something in it.
Hilarious.
Oh, I got something nice. homemade brooms that I made. And then
Hold it up
things
there.
that I thought would relate
Okay.
to La Befana. The candy, the toys, and I'll tell you about that.
So cute.
First.
Yes.
All right. So, let me read to you about La Befana, and then you can, learn a little bit about it.
Louder, teach your voice.
Louder? I'm not loud enough? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. La Befana is an Italian Christmas tradition. La Befana, okay, got to do the Italian. La Befana viene de notte con le scarpe tutte rotte, col vestito alla romana. Viva, viva la Befana!
See,
And that means that the Befana comes at night with her shoes broken in a Roman dress. Long live Befana. That's what All right. Traditionally, La Befana is a spiritual event and not so much a secular event of gifting and gift exchange, except with the arrival of La Befana. It is not that Italian children do not know of Santa or Babbo Natale, which means Father Christmas or Father Noel. They do receive small useful gifts at Christmas time. But in many regions of Italy, the exchange of gifts awaits the coming of La Befana on January 5th or 6th or whatever, depending on
the
time.
12th. The 12th.
Well, today it's the 12th. No, it's not. I think it was the 6th, okay? Okay, in many regions of Italy, and the exchange of gifts awaits the coming of La Befana for the date. That night, before going to bed, Italian children hang their stockings along the chimney, hoping La Befana will fill them with sweets and other treats. For children who were naughty,
Ah.
La Befana leaves hard black candy called carbone, which means charcoal, and as a reminder to do better. In exchange, un goccia di grappa pane e un po' di formaggio is offered to warm the chilled bones of La Befana to help her on her way. And I said, a drop of grappa, bread, and a little bit of cheese, and that warms her. Okay? And grappa is, all the grapevines, the grape leaves, everything grape, the seeds, all chewed up and made into a killer grain alcohol. Okay. Tradition has it that La Befana, who was an old woman of modest means, lived in a shack at the time of the birth of Jesus Christ. One night, the three magi, on their way to find the Christ child, stopped to ask for directions to Bethlehem and for food and for shelter. In exchange for her help, the magi thanked the old woman and invited her to join them in a search for the baby Jesus. La Befana initially passed on the invitation, saying that she had to catch up on chores around the house. Big mistake. Later that night, while asleep, La Befana was awoken by an unusually bright light. Startled and afraid, she took it as a sign to follow the Magi in search of the Christ child. Unfortunately, La Befana lost her way, failing to find the wise men or the manger. And so the story continues. Each year, in January, the eve of the Feast of the Epiphany, La Befana takes to the skies and resumes her search of the Christ child. As she travels from house to house, she drops off treats to sleeping children in hopes that the baby Jesus might also be with them. What an enchanting story. And it's a tradition that continues today in Italy. So, like to ask is if one good helper of La Befana would reach into the white box that has red and white paper, hold that up, Casey, and it has a little cluster of good wishes for the new year. And if you would pass those out, pull them out, they're held together with a twist tie. No, they're held together with a twist tie. And you can pass them out, helper. Whatever.